What's up everyone, welcome to another episode. The company called XeNTiS was so kind to send over this beautiful HighX SL wheelset for the channel. And I think visually it speaks for itself. But before we dive deeper into these kind of looks, let's unbox them. We're unboxing a very special, very exciting wheelset. Maybe the pinnacle of wheelsets that I've been unboxing and I had the pleasure to ride and test so far. Let's dive right into it, and I'm also going to give you a funny and slightly frustrating example in regards to these wheels when it came to their delivery, but more about that once we unbox them because I can't wait. So let's go. All right, you can already see it comes in a nice wheel bag. Let's put the case out of frame. Let's get the front wheel out first. There we go. Beautiful unibody, full carbon wheel, hooked wheels. No tubeless tape needed because there are no spoke nibbles to cover up. Of course, with this kind of wheel set, it also has ceramic speed bearings, so runs very smoothly. Can't wait to put those on a scale in a second and then to mount some wheels on. And then, of course, we're going to be test riding them in a future video, and those are actually going to be going with me to Mallorca. So there's going to be some proper testing on those wheels. Let's have a look at the rear wheel. Rear wheel also as beautiful as the front. Also ceramic speed bearing on here. Let's see. Let's do a very quick free-up sound test. I gotta say, they feel very well balanced already in this initial free-up sound test comparison to some other wheels that I was testing. But yes, very beautiful wheel set, and it's the first time, as I said, that I'm gonna try this kind of like monocoque full carbon design. Let's get the calipers out. Let's measure the inner and outer diameter of those wheels, and then we're gonna put them on the scale.
All right, so let's keep talking about those wheels from the bike because I couldn't wait to try them out. So first of all, let's start with the dimensions. On the inside, they're nice and wide with 24.5 millimeters width, so nice and chunky and modern. On the outside, they are 30 millimeters wide. So I put on some 30 millimeter GP5000s, and they're blending perfectly between the tire and the rims. I think this might be the most aerodynamic setup for these wheels, and this was also the recommendation from XeNTiS themselves to mount some 30 millimeter tires on these. So of course I'm gonna follow their lead on this one. And when it comes to weight, I also thought that these are gonna be in a different category than all my other carbon spoked wheels because of course they have way more material on them. But then they came in at only 1,325 grams. So I think very competitive within the wheel space, especially as looking at some other 5 and 6 spoke carbon wheels, which are way heavier. So yeah, well done, XeNTiS.
So let's talk about the company XeNTiS for a second that is manufacturing those wheels. They are based in Austria and they have their own manufacturing facility over there, and they are building all of those wheels by hand, which I think it is very praiseworthy, especially these days when it would be very easy, I guess, for them to move their production facility to Asia and increase their profit margins. But they're keeping things in the EU, and also sustainability plays quite a big role for them, because when you look at their website, they also claim and talk about that they're sourcing the majority of their raw materials from within the EU to keep their CO2 footprint as small as possible. And then additionally, when it comes to sustainability, I think we all know that carbon is maybe not the most sustainability friendly material, but in that regard, XeNTiS is very proud of showing off how long-lasting and how robust their products are. So it's nothing that's going to break fast and end up in a landfill very quickly. When you look at their social media, they frequently showcase in quite a funny way how robust their products are and how long-lasting they're actually going to be. So I think this is actually the right approach when it comes to working with carbon. So also respect for that. And then given the fact how robust their products are, it is also no surprise that when you look at their website and at their product portfolio, They have a lot of wheels also for gravel as well as for mountain biking. So situations where you have a lot of high impact, high stress cases. And then also with the knowledge that they have, they're also building, a lot of components for the automobile industry as well, like lightweight carbon components and lightweight carbon parts. So I think this just showcases how much skill set and how much knowledge there is within their manufacturing facility. And maybe one last thing before showing you some eye candy shots, and it has to do with the delivery of these wheels that I was mentioning in the very beginning. They've been shipped to me by DPD, which have been a little bit of an issue already with past shipments. And this time the shipment arrived on a day where I wasn't at home and I was actually traveling for 3 days. So at some point my neighbor just contacted me telling me that there is a massive package sitting in front of my door and sending me this picture. So I was quite surprised that DPD just dropped off quite an expensive package without signature and without prior approval from me, especially as very often when they're delivering stuff to me and I'm sitting at home waiting, they claim that I wasn't here and then I have to run and pick up my package at a drop-off station. So, not cool, DPD, not cool. But yeah. That was that story. Now, let's have a look. As I said, I put in some 30mm GP5000s on this. And let's see how this looks on the Sika. Let's go.
I'll shut it down, I'll shut it down, yeah. I'll shut it down, I'll shut it down, yeah. I'll shut it down, I'll shut it down, yeah. I'll shut it down, I'll shut it down, look. I'll shut it down like a trunk getting closed. And they ain't on this level, bro, you really not close. Even in the summer, told them that it's so froze. Not talking about bass when I say I get low. I've been trying to get more, now I'm stacking my accounts. Saw going stupid, yeah, the numbers in the mouse. Heard them going quiet, so I turn it up loud. And they saying they ain't feel it, but they bout to feel it now.
So now we know how they look like on the Sika and how much they transferred it into another level, I think. It looks definitely beautiful. The ride here so far was actually very, very interesting, but there's going to be a proper ride review on these wheels because I'm taking them with me to Mallorca, so that's going to be another video. But I think very, very interesting set of wheels. Let me know what you particularly think about them. What do you think about 5- and 6-spoke wheels? And if you have any particular questions, drop them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer them in the proper review. So with these views, I hope that you enjoyed this little episode. If you did, hit that like button, consider subscribing. And as always, I say thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.